If the universe had a beginning, will it also have an end? As you're about to find out, this is a question that science has actually given us an answer for. Welcome to my channel, where we're taking a journey through the endings of the universe. Do you think the universe will have an end? Let me know your thoughts. But before we start, be sure to subscribe for more videos. All the evidence we have suggests that our universe is expanding. In fact, it's doing so at an accelerating rate. This isn't surprising since we know from Einstein's general theory of relativity that the universe expands as a whole because of the effect of dark energy. Dark energy makes up about 70% of the energy budget of the universe. We don't understand what exactly dark energy is, but we know how it behaves. It gives rise to a repulsive force that pushes things apart, counteracting gravity. Since dark energy is a property of space itself, as space expands, the effect of dark energy gets stronger, causing the expansion of the universe to accelerate. It seems likely that the expansion of the universe will continue to accelerate until the resources needed for star formation, including matter and atomic hydrogen, become so dispersed that they can no longer come together to form new stars. Without stars, star systems and galaxies can no longer form. And after trillions of years, our universe would end in what scientists call the Big Freeze or heat death. It's the most accepted theory for what happens to our universe, because it aligns with our observations. For example, the cosmic microwave background radiation shows that the early universe was incredibly hot and dense and is now much colder and less dense. This supports the idea that the universe is expanding and will continue to do so. In the Big Freeze scenario, the universe goes into what's called a heat death, which doesn't mean the universe dies, but rather that the conditions become so spread out that nothing new can evolve. Imagine a dying campfire. It's still there, but nothing new is happening. It's not particularly pleasant to think about being trapped in a cold, dark, and lonely universe with the people you love. That's a pretty depressing thought. And while that's the most likely outcome, it's not the only one. What if gravity wins? If gravity gets stronger than dark energy, then instead of moving apart, everything would move closer together. This would be a bit like running your fingers through a shower head, pulling all the droplets together. In this case, the universe would literally collapse back in on itself. But that isn't as crazy as it sounds. The oscillating universe theory actually says that this could happen multiple times. According to this theory, the universe would go through an endless cycle of expanding and contracting, getting denser and hotter each time around. This would destroy all structures that formed during the expansion phase. Stars, galaxies, and solar systems would get destroyed and thrown back into a primordial soup of particles. Then, as the universe expanded again, it would form everything again, starting the cycle anew. This might sound like science fiction, but it's another potential fate for our universe. However, both of these scenarios assume that dark energy remains constant. In the first scenario, the Big Freeze, dark energy was constant and the universe expanded forever. In the second scenario, the Big Crunch, dark energy was constant and the universe collapsed. But what if dark energy doesn't remain constant? What if it increases in strength? Enter the Big Rip. As dark energy becomes stronger, it pulls galaxies apart. And if it continues to strengthen, it will pull stars apart, then atoms. And finally, even light itself cannot escape being pulled apart by the ever-increasing expansion of space. In this scenario, the universe literally tears itself apart until everything breaks down to nothingness. There would be no new stars, planets, or galaxies, and nothing would exist except for an endless expanse of darkness. This is probably the most terrifying scenario of all. After all, who wants to be ripped apart by dark energy? But the truth is, none of these scenarios have been proven, and scientists debate which one is most likely. However, that doesn't mean we can't explore other ideas. For example, what if space itself suddenly changed? Quantum fluctuations, which arise because energy never stops moving, could cause empty space, otherwise known as a vacuum, to tunnel through alternate universes, causing the entire reality we know to be destroyed. Even stranger things could happen. Maybe there are other copies of ourselves out there in other universes, living slightly different lives. But those copies of us are stuck in their own universes and can't interact with our universe. Or maybe our universe merges with another, infinitely larger universe. These are just a few of the multiverse theories out there. And when it comes to the heat death of our universe, there's also the possibility that the cyclical universe theory is true. meaning that our universe dies and is reborn over and over again endlessly. So which of these scenarios is most likely? The answer depends on what you believe. The Big Freeze is the most logical choice based on the evidence we currently have. The idea that our universe will expand forever may not be particularly exciting, but it's also not particularly depressing. After all, it's just a theory. How can we really say that it'll be completely dark and cold? Our universe may expand, but it'll never truly be empty. Interstellar clouds of gas and dust will always exist, along with dead stars, black holes, and neutron stars. Our universe may be big and empty, but it'll also be full of wonder. In the end, maybe it's best not to worry too much about the heat death of our universe. It's not something that we need to worry about for billions of years. And by then, who knows how much our understanding of the universe will have changed. Instead, we should focus on the here and now. What's happening in our universe right now? How does it work? What's out there? By understanding our universe, we're better able to appreciate its beauty and complexity. And that's something that we can all benefit from. So what can we do to help ensure that our universe doesn't end? Some people say that we should focus on developing new technologies that allow us to harness the power of nuclear fusion. Nuclear fusion is the process that powers the sun and other stars. It's also the process that we use to create hydrogen bombs. If we can develop clean and efficient nuclear fusion reactors, we can provide a nearly limitless supply of energy for our world. This would reduce our dependence on fossil fuels and help us to slow down climate change. Climate change is already having a devastating impact on our planet. Rising sea levels are causing coastal communities to be wiped off the map. More extreme weather events are causing more damage and loss of life. And the changing climate is also disrupting the delicate balance of ecosystems, leading to the extinction of many species. We can help slow down climate change by reducing our emissions and investing in new technologies that help us to remove existing pollutants from the atmosphere. If we take these steps, we can help ensure that our planet is habitable for generations to come. But what about beyond Earth? What can we do to protect the rest of the universe? Some say that we should focus on exploring and understanding the universe around us. The more we learn about the universe, the better equipped we'll be to defend it from any potential threats. We should also focus on developing new technologies that allow us to travel throughout the universe. This would allow us to explore new worlds and potentially find new resources that can help sustain life. It would also allow us to evacuate Earth in the event that our planet becomes uninhabitable. Others argue that we shouldn't try to save the universe at all. They say that it's pointless to try to stop the heat death of the universe, or the big rip, the universe will eventually die, and there's nothing we can do about it. Instead, we should focus on enjoying the present moment. Life on Earth is precious. We should cherish every moment and make the most of the time we have. The universe may be doomed, but that doesn't mean we have to be. In the end, it's up to each individual to decide what to believe. There's no right or wrong answer. The universe may be vast and mysterious, but it's also beautiful and awe-inspiring. Whether or not it has an end doesn't really matter. What matters is that we take the time to appreciate all the wonders that it has to offer. So what do you think? Will our universe have an end? If so, how will it happen? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more videos. Be sure to check out our other videos, which we think you'll really enjoy.